Alrighty, folks, we're gonna do a quick rock stock inventory. We got some new additions to the collection. First up, the Rolling Stones, Sucking in the 70s. Now this is a compilation, and I own all of these songs except for one, well, two actually. But the thing that's different about this compilation is all of these tracks on here are edited tracks, and then when the whip comes down is a live version from Detroit, which I don't believe has been released anywhere else. At the time when this came out, it hadn't been. I don't know if it's made its way onto a box set or anything. And then it has If I Was a Dancer, Dance Part 2, which is the companion to Dance Part 1, which came out on Emotional Rescue, but this one has different lyrics, so it's basically a totally different song. So I saw it for a good price, so I picked it up. I'm kind of a Stones, well, I'm not really a Stones completist, but I seem to be working my way in that direction. Next up, we got Bachman-Turner Overdrive 1 and 2. I think I was just looking, it's got a little slipcase on there. You get 2 on there, and then 1 on the inside, but it's just one disc. I think I was looking for 2, because it doesn't have it. And I saw this. I don't normally buy these 2 CDs on one disc, or 2 releases on one disc that often, but this one was a good price too, and I didn't own either the first or the second album, so I decided I'd pick them up. And the first one, you know, it usually gets crapped on, but it's pretty damn good, really. I mean, you can tell they haven't found their sweet spot yet as far as their sound goes, but it has Stayed Awake All Night on it. I mean, they hadn't even really found their sound on 2 either, even though it's got a couple big hits on it. I don't think they really settled into their groove until Not Fragile. But this is a good one, too. Next up, we got a little thrash. Angelus, Apatrida. I believe these guys are out of Spain. It's called Aftermath. I heard about these guys on City of Tranquility, and their praises were sang pretty highly. I read some good things online about them, so I decided I'd check them out. It is good. I normally do not. I normally don't like newer thrash. It's kind of like grunge for me, you know. I associate thrash with the 80s, just like I associate grunge with the 90s. But this, I mean, not to say that I haven't come across thrash that I like. It's just rare. Usually when I hear it, it sounds, even if it's a new band or a new release, it sounds dated. But this is really good. It's pretty heavy, but it was good stuff. I enjoyed that one. And then we got some more Twisted Tower Dire. And the last inventory update, or maybe the one before that, I bought the CD from Twisted Tower Dire, my first foray into their discography, and I liked it enough that I got this one. This one was a little mellower. This is called the Isle of Hydra. It was good. I got into it after a couple of listens. Straight up US power metal. And speaking of US power metal, Griffin. Now these guys are an old band. I've always heard their name bandied around. I remember the logo. The debut artwork looks semi-familiar. But I was listening to somebody talk about U.S. Underground or not well known U.S. power metal releases, and Griffin came up, but it was this album here, Protectors of the Lair, which was their second one, which was the last one until many years later. I believe their lead singer passed away. So that's the one I was looking for, because that's the one that they had talked about. And it was fairly pricey, which a lot of those obscure 80s bands, their CDs often are, because they just get printed once and then they run out and the price goes up on them. And I happened to come across this, and it wasn't that much more, considering that there's 3 CDs in this one. You get the debut, which is called Flight of the Griffin. Then you get the Protectors of the Lair, but this is the remixed 2020 version. And then the third CD is Protectors of the Lair, the remaster, not the remix. So this one the debut was killer. I digged it. I was like, man, Protectors of the Lair is better than this thing. This is going to be a home run buying this box. Little box set. It's just got a little slipcase there. But the second CD was not as good. While the first CD, Flight of the Griffin, is straight up U.S. power metal, classic 80s power metal. The second one is speed metal. I mean, it sounds closer to Exciter than it does U.S. power metal. So that was kind of disappointing. Not that, if I have my druthers, I would rather have U.S. power metal over speed metal. I mean, it was still good, but man, that debut was just so killer that I was looking for more of that. The remaster actually cleaned it up a bit, so it's not so speedy. It's actually a combination of speed and power metal. So I guess that was some producer's tricks in there. But there's also a bunch of bonus tracks on this thing. So this was good. Good purchase. And my last one also happened to be another U.S. power metal band, Ice Sword. These guys are from 2018. This is their only release so far, so hopefully we'll be hearing some more from these guys. I ordered this from their Bandcamp page, and they sent me a cool little sticker. And they also sent me Magic the Gathering card. If I can read this thing. I can't. Hollow Hinge Scavenger. I think that's what it says. So I don't know if Ice Sword came from Magic the Gathering or not, but that was cool. It kind of lets you know where these guys' mindset is at. But this is good. It took me a couple listens to get into it because the dude has a unique voice, which seems like par for the course now of these newer power metal bands. The guy has to have a unique voice, unique delivery. This one's kind of Eternal Champion meets Megaton Sword, but I'll definitely check out their next release whenever it comes out. So this is Ice Sword from 2018. Alrighty, there's 6 new ones for you. You guys let me know what you picked up recently. Have a good one.